Today we are going skibbity on a topic that has a lot of business owners confused.
I don't think that's how you use skibbity.
Anyways, marketing on social media versus going viral. What's the difference between getting a few likes from your Aunt Carol, even though we love her, and reaching millions of strangers who suddenly care deeply about what you do? Stay tuned because we're breaking it down. Hey, lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the miss in biz.
Let's get biz done. Marketing your business on social media is essential. You show up, you build credibility, you educate, you remind people that you exist. It's a slow and steady burn. But viral content, that is lightning in a bottle. It's not about telling people what you do. It's about creating something so engaging, surprising, or emotionally charged that people can't help but share it. So some of the things we're talking about today come from Brendan Kane. He's the author of 1 Million Followers in 30 Days. He explains it like this. People don't care about you. They care about the value you bring to them in the first 3 seconds.
If your video starts with, "Hey guys, just wanted to hop on real quick and tell you about our newest product," you've already lost 90% of your viewers. They're gonna keep scrolling. So let's be clear though, most viral videos are not designed to sell and do not sell. If you look at some of the viral videos out there today, like right now, chicken banana is trending.
Banana.
I just learned about this today, but evidently it's a big TikTok
It's the world's easiest TikTok dance. If you've always wanted to do a TikTok dance, but you're not a dancer, this is for you. It's chicken banana. Look it up if you haven't seen it. But it is, it's trending and it's popular and it's viral, but I'm not going to buy something from chicken banana. It's not selling a product. So there's a difference. And this was kind of earth-shattering to me or mind-blowing to me when I realized this from Brendan Kane, that there's just a different mindset that you have to put on when you're thinking about marketing your business or going viral. They're different skill sets.
Yes, so if your goal is to sell a product or a service, you may have better success running a social media ad and building credibility through informational content rather than focusing on going viral. But can you do both?
Yeah, I mean, this is the ultimate question. Is there a way to both have viral content while also marketing and selling your product or service? And I think that you can. There are very few content creators who do this well. Most of the things that you probably spend time looking at on social media are probably purely entertainment, chicken banana kind of stuff. Yeah. Not things that are also marketing a product to you. So can you do both at the same time? I think it is possible. And that's what I've been studying and preparing to give you examples of in today's episode, is to help you start thinking of ways you could do both.
So The Is It Worth It case study is one that we're going to bring to your guys' attention today. Essentially, a leather goods manufacturer wanted to market their high quality bags, but they knew that saying we make high quality bags wasn't going to cut it. So what they did is they launched a video series called Is It Worth It? And in each video, they dismantled expensive designer handbags. We're talking Louis Vuitton, Gucci, you name it. They dismantled it right in front of the camera. They exposed what was actually inside of those $1,000 bags, and then they compared it to how they built their bags. It was a bold and disruptive move, but guess what? It went viral, not because they said we make good products, but because they showed something surprising and valuable to the viewer. That's the Kane formula at work.
Yes, so this is such a good example. Most leather goods manufacturers would do exactly what this company was doing in the beginning. Here's our new wallet, here's our new bag, here's our backpack, here's our briefcase, and here's why it's so special. And people are going to scroll right past that. But Brendan Kane talks about how he helped them to come up with the Is It Worth It video series, which is a way that they now incorporated viral content in with also promoting their product, and their business just skyrocketed.
I think it's a genius move. There's also a guy on Instagram who builds like neon signs. Have you seen him? He dresses like Donald Trump. He has like the little wig and he talks, and the way that he chooses his words and his mannerisms are very similar. And what he says is typically hilarious. Like the first 3 seconds of the clip, you're laughing because you just didn't expect him to say what he said and talk the way that he talked. So, and they're viral as well. I'm sure that they're making a ton of money with their sign company because of the way that their videos are structured. They're different.
So the first 3 seconds is designed to get you to stop scrolling, where he's pretending to be Donald Trump? Is he that?
Yeah, a lot of times it'll be something funny that he says, or it'll transition from like a clip of something else to him dressed like Donald Trump.
And then it'll go from there into showing their signs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing the same thing. He's incorporating the viral piece of it, with attention-grabbing piece of it, into also marketing his business. So a lot of us think that our businesses are boring. They're not that interesting. They're not that entertaining. But that's just because we haven't come up with that unique way. I mean, whoever thought that leather goods was entertaining? But they found that way to make it interesting. So, and sometimes boring is a blessing when it comes to viral content, because nobody expects fun from it. So when you surprise them, they're impressed and you win.
I love that mindset shift. I really do, because it offers some encouragement and just some opportunities to really think outside of the box. There's always something fun or a different way that you can educate people and tell people what you do without being salesy, and without having that hard sell. So Erica Kullberg, is it Kullberg? Something like that. A attorney who takes complicated legal jargon and breaks it down into relatable must-watch videos. She'll say something like, did you know if your flight gets delayed, the airline might owe you $600? And boom, you're hooked. And when I first saw Erica's videos, I was really surprised, because she was basically stating information that I've never heard before, and it made me excited. It made me want to save that video for later in case I ever ran into a situation like that. I would be able to remember it.
Yes, she has a lot of videos about what you can do if your flight gets delayed or your airline company does you wrong. So it was both informational, it was making her look as if she's an authority in the space. It's still true to her profession, but it had that viral component to it.
It's also very niche too, very specific information, and they say specific is terrific.
In addition to being the host of the Miss Biz podcast, I also own and operate a law firm in Florida called Bolts Legal. I wanted to make sure my listeners knew that you are invited to reach out to me with any legal issues you may have. I practice in the area of personal injury, home insurance disputes, and medical revenue recovery. However, whatever legal issue you may have, please always feel free to reach out. If I can't help you personally, I'll help you find someone who can. I'm licensed in the states of Florida and Texas, but even out of state, I have connections and know people in those places, and I'm happy to help guide you in any way I can. The best way to reach me is through the contact page on my website, boltzlegal.com. That's BOLTZ legal.com, and simply fill out the contact form, which comes directly to me and my email. I look forward to connecting with you, and thank you so much for listening to Miss Biz. So another example of this is Tahini's Restaurant. And if you look them up on TikTok, they've got around 1 million followers.
Wow.
And restaurants historically are kind of boring, a lot of their content. Unless you like food pictures. If you like food pictures, which a lot of people do, then restaurant content is entertaining. But that's what we and when I say boring, I mean it's just what we expect to see. We expect to see photos of their food. And that's what most restaurants, I think, do. It's not surprising or outside of the box. But Tahini's Restaurant has 1 million followers because they started doing these skits. One of their skits, for example, is around ordering shawarma, and they said something like, "I've got some Jamaican shawarma for you," and then the guest, it switches screens, and they're now wearing a Jamaican attire, like clothing, and he goes and he starts talking in a Jamaican accent. He's like, "This is all right, but this is not for me, man," you know. And so anyways, this is a terrible rendition of the Tahini's Restaurant. You got to check them out on TikTok. But the point is, it's a good example of how they started doing these skits and grew their social media following, and I am certain grew their business along with it.
Oh, for sure. It's just another example of thinking outside of the box. And this next example that we're going to provide is along those same lines. So Trent Miller is a real estate agent. He makes house tours hilarious and fun. He knows that no one wants a long, boring walkthrough. And as a result, he creates these videos where he is running. We're talking running through each room in the house, typically saying something very funny, very unexpected about the closet or the kitchen, or I don't know what room that was that we just passed. And because of the uniqueness of his content, he has 1.6 million followers because he brings that type of entertainment.
Yeah, and when you think about real estate agents, you think about what you expect to see. You expect to see them showing houses, which he is showing houses, but he did it just a little bit differently and does these speed tours. So he's a young kid, I think he's college age, and he's a real estate agent, which is probably hard to create credibility as a real estate agent when you're that young. But he incorporates his personality and his humor into these tours where he's just running through each room and saying funny comments as he goes. And that has created his following. He has 1.6 million followers on TikTok. And it's just a way that he has both incorporated entertainment with his profession, and it has both increased his social media presence, his influence, and also his business as well.
So it's important to remember that none of these people started with viral content. They started by asking, what's the hook? What's the value? And what's the twist?
One more example that just came to mind for me. I was watching social media the other day, and there was a lady who, it was called How Long Does It Really Take? And I think she might have been an organizer as a profession. I'm not 100% on that, but she had just a showing, her video was showing some shelves in the garage that were unorganized. And, we all put off organizing those shelves in the garage. So she's like, how long does it actually take? So the video starts and it's timing her, and it's going through fast motion as she's doing all the organizing. And then she comes back and said to organize those garage shelves took 1 hour and 8 minutes. And I was thinking, wow, I would have thought it took a lot longer than that. And it was kind of a awareness that we put off some of these things sometimes because we think they're going to take so much longer than they actually do if we just go do it. So I don't know if she was an organizer by profession, but if you are an organizer, this would be a great way to promote your organization business, as well as increase the entertainment value of your social media.
So here are the takeaways. Marketing is what you want to say, but viral content is what your audience wants to hear. It's not about shoving your product in someone's face. It's about creating a moment that makes them stop scrolling and feel something. So if you want to market your business and build content with viral potential, ask yourself these questions. What's surprising about my industry? What is something that I could show instead of just saying? How can I turn a process into a story, a skit, or a challenge? And what's a pain point of my audience that they don't even know that they have? Many of our listeners know that I own Bolts Media, and we are a full-service digital marketing company. But not everyone may know that they can contact me. So I wanted to let everyone know today that if you have any questions, you need any advice, or you would like to book services, I would love to assist. You can reach me at boltsmedia.com, fill out the contact form on my page, and I will reach out to you personally and schedule a free consultation to help guide you on your journey.
Those are great questions to ask, to just try to come up with some new ideas. So I've been thinking about these ideas for myself and my law firm, ways to try to do some more viral content. So a couple ideas I've come up with, and then I'll see if you have any for your business as well, are a video series called Don't Be Fooled by the Fine Print, because there's just a lot of little pieces of information that are in the fine print of contracts that people sign every day, whether you're going to a trampoline park and signing that waiver, or if you're buying a car, or you're buying a house, or any of the things that you're doing. Most people, even if you're just going to the hospital or you're going to the doctor, people are signing these contracts left and right, not really understanding what they're signing, but just kind of highlighting for people, these are some of the fine print to be aware of that you're actually signing, and you may not realize it. So that's one of the things I've thought of. I've also thought of something about, is it just or sus, which is kind of looking at things that happen in the real world court system that not everybody hears about, that is sometimes suspicious, and sometimes things going on that just the average everyday person doesn't realize. I think people think that the judicial system is very fair, and while it should be, it isn't always. So bringing awareness to people of some of the things that happen that are underhanded or kind of shady, I think people would be interested to hear about. So those are a couple things that I came up with my profession, which I tend to think is boring to a lot of people. And I also have an extra challenge. In addition to sometimes being boring, the things that are interesting to people, I have to be careful because there's confidentiality. So I can't just go showing you medical records from my client or showing you their injuries or their pictures or the things that would be interesting. I can't show those things, can't share those things. So I have to find ways to talk about publicly available information that also is interesting to the public.
One of the quickest ways to go viral is to create shareable content, right? Because the more people share it, the more views that you get and the more likes and the more favorable it is from the algorithm. So I do a lot of like tutorial videos on how to do certain things in relation to my business, but that, in my opinion, might get some shares, but that isn't really viral content. So for me, one of the best ways that I can think of going viral for my industry is some of the memes that I create. And I have had memes go viral because of that, because that is something that people find entertaining and they want to share with other people. But you're right, it's very difficult to market your business unless your meme is pertaining to your niche. So an example of this would be, I created a meme for a gym that I market for. And the video clip is of Jim Carrey, and I think it's from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, where they're running on the track, and then he jumps behind this guy and has like a cloth with chloroform on it, and like is on him, battling him, trying to put this over his nose. And so what I wrote as like the meme caption was like, when your best gym friend says they want to skip leg day. So that is something that can kind of promote your business and what you do, but also have that viral aspect to it. Another way that's really good to kind of incorporate elements of a viral video would be kind of like, I do it for my business, but also like what the neon sign guy does with, he'll use like a video to catch somebody's attention as the hook, and then he'll go into talking about what he does. That's another great way to get people's attention in the first 3 seconds and then relay the information that you feel would be beneficial for them.
What's also neat about the gym one with Jim Carrey is that you said when your best gym friend. So that to me would spark my mind to think, who's my best gym friend? This is funny. Let me share this with my best gym friend. So I like that when you refer to someone else, when your husband does this, when your wife does this, when you do something like that, then that's going to prompt people to forward it to their wife or share it with their wife or husband or whoever you're referring to. So that's a good strategy. So hopefully this sparked your creativity today and inspired you to keep going at it. Look, we are not masters at this. We do not have millions of followers on social media, but we are right there with you, trying to learn and grow and improve every day. And so we are always just sharing with you the latest and greatest things that we're learning and we're incorporating. I wanted to say Jesse Ventura, but it's definitely not Jesse Ventura. Jesse Cole from the Savannah Bananas says that you have to always be experimenting. And so that is what we are doing. We are experimenting with new content all the time. And we appreciate that you are here listening to us so that we can share our experiences with you and hopefully learn from each other.
And if you found this helpful, please do us a favor, take a screenshot and tag us at Miss Biz Podcast and let us know what your biggest takeaway is. And until next time, keep showing up, keep serving, and keep dreaming big. We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, Please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done.